Good morning, afternoon and evening to all watching wherever you are across the globe currently. The idea is to bring the company Scheels to Switzerland, and I'll be providing evidence on why I believe this will work, as well as the market analysis, company overview, reason for the business to expand, and the entry strategy. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen to my proposition. Scheels is a sporting goods and entertainment chain store based in Fargo, North Dakota. This is privately held and operated by its employees. It has 33 store locations spread across 15 states in the United States. My plan is to bring Scheels, the American company, into a foreign market of Switzerland. I believe there is a market opportunity here due to the country's relaxed gun laws and history of enjoying target shooting. I've managed to take the time to travel to the US, Montana specifically, and gain insight to how the company works. I have interviewed an employee who's a friend to overall contribute to my knowledge of taking the company to a foreign market. How is Scheels going to enter the Swiss market? Scheels will have to consider the different regions of Switzerland. Different regions speak different languages, such as French, German, and Italian. Making sure that every aspect of the market entry is advertised in the appropriate fluency so that the people involved in the business and customers understand and feel respected. Working with Swiss people who know the industry will make the process run more smoothly and efficiently. Swiss people are attracted to high quality products as well as environmentally friendly products. Therefore, making sure these aspects come into play is crucial. Selling is in small volumes may be a good idea for the Swiss market. Switzerland has a population of 8.7 million people. Approximately 25% of the population comprise of foreign nations. Offering a wide range of languages will be effective for truly thriving in the market. GDP is 752 billion, as well as recognized as the most innovative country according to the World Intellectual Property Organization. One of the highest spending countries on investment, the US and Switzerland have very good trade relations. US exports to Switzerland totaled to 71 billion in 2021. Trade-wise, the US is Switzerland's second biggest partner. According to the Swiss National Bank, the US is the most important country for foreign direct investment in Switzerland. US companies employ around 100,000 workers in Switzerland. A lot of US firms have their European or regional headquarters based in Switzerland due to the world-class infrastructure, business-friendly legal and regulatory environment, modest corporate tax rates, and excellent human capital. Switzerland's highly respected system for vocational education and apprenticeships has played a crucial role in developing a skilled, adaptable, and trustworthy workforce, contributing significantly to its appeal as a business destination. The Swiss authorities have approved about 250 apprenticeship categories, 400 federal vocational exams, and 52 university degree courses. In November 2021, the United States and Switzerland entered into a 3-year memorandum of understanding concerning vocational education and training. While Switzerland's diverse population, with its many languages and cultures, can pose obstacles for business strategies and marketing efforts, it also creates an opportunity to use Switzerland as a test market for gauging the feasibility of exporting products and establishing it as a central location for global business operations. Even if products of similar quality are on the market in Switzerland, the Swiss consumers still tend to go for more expensive items as they believe it's better quality. The Customs Tariff Act amendments have led to a decrease in tariff rates for non-agricultural goods, and they will be eliminated entirely starting January 1st, 2024, including tariffs on all industrial imports. By eliminating industrial tariffs, nearly 26% of non-agricultural exports from the US to Switzerland that are currently subject to duties are expected to be exempted. Switzerland's high salaries, with a median of 88,300 in 2020, are often attributed to the country's skilled labor force and high productivity. US technology products with advanced technologies are expected to do well in the Swiss market, which has a high concentration of computer and internet usage per capita. Switzerland serves as a strategic gateway to the EU markets and is considered a test market for new high-tech and consumer products. With its focus on research and development, Switzerland offers potential for partnerships in areas like biotech, medtech, nanotech, clean tech, and renewable energy. Additionally, Swiss financial technology, fintech, talent, and experience, coupled with significant assets under Swiss management pooled from around the world, may attract US financial service providers. Switzerland used WTO and bilateral agreements, which are very desirable for US products and services. Switzerland have expressed their interest in a potential free trade agreement, FTA, with the US. Regarding the Shields Care, the regulatory regime for agricultural biotechnology products is stringent in Switzerland. Any biotech food or animal feed products that are to be sold on the Swiss market must undergo a lengthy approval process before they can be imported. Migros and Coop are the two big grocery chains, and they account for 69% of grocery sales and overall dominate the market. It may be easier to create a partnership deal to provide food. No GMO products are allowed to be sold. Swiss businessmen have a lot of value on long-term business partnerships, and therefore earning your company's place in the Swiss market may be tricky at first when there are many long-term partners in that society. Someone new to the market could gain exposure by taking part in trade shows where it can be expected to meet new clients. These businesses also visit trade shows in Europe, so sending someone to more specifically France or Germany would be a good idea to meet some connections. Trade shows are very important for meeting clients. Pricing wise, Swiss customers appreciate quality, delivery time, and so on.
Hello, so today I'm going to be talking about the expansion of Fitness First as a gym group company into the country of Norway. So a bit of context behind this. So the purpose of this report is to analyse a specific competitive market and suggest improvements and ideas in order for a chosen business to expand into an international scale. In this case, Fitness First into Norway. The company chosen is a gym group chain called Fitness First, in which this report revolves around expanding. The chosen country for Fitness First to expand to is obviously Norway as a broad scale. However, throughout the report, there may be more specified cities talking about within discussion for Norway. The report also analyses and explains how the chosen company would benefit from expanding into Norway. Statistics and figures are also displayed on the population of individuals who use a gym within England as a country of origination, and for the company's expansion addition into Norway. So, the country of origination for Fitness First as a company was within England in the city of Bournemouth, and one of Mike Balfour was the person who first opened up the first Fitness First gym group in 1993. There were also multiple ownerships throughout Fitness First's history. So to begin with, we had Cinven, the company, within 2003 had taken over, followed by BC Partners in 2005, and then Oak Tree Capital Management and Marathon Assistant Management had taken ownership of Fitness First due to a debt for equity swap. And then more recently, the Australian arm of Fitness First had taken over the company, and then the company had also had to sell a few more clubs within countries such as Spain, Hong Kong and stuff, due to a failed IPO in 2012 following debt. So the introduction into the Norway fitness market. So according to Helsinki Times, the website, there is 1.17 million fitness members within Norway who actively use the gym. This could possibly create a slight, if Fitness First was to create a USP or a unique selling point, that could really benefit the company introducing themselves into Norway due to an unrecognised introduction, as Norway already holds loads of gym users with varying different gym companies. However, Fitness First is not within Norway's gym society at the moment. So therefore, Fitness First as a company coming into Norway should analyse the overall competitive market, which will also be discussed within the report, a detailed SWOT analysis, weighing up pros and cons, threats, etc. A functional company structure, so how the company is going to operate within the market. Analysing customer demands and incentives. So for example, Fitness First as a company, they have an app that people can look at different classes, buy different products such as protein powder, etc. And good resource access. So if the company is expanding into a different country, they've got to analyse the target audience, customers, they've got to locate a certain area for the company to function in, and be able to gain the necessary resources in order for their company to operate. So a quick summary, so there shall be a market analysis within the report. So that includes a market share, size, the competitors, competition influence, market segments, and example cities of where the location of the gym could operate. Secondly, a good analysis. So the company must be able to analyse good language and cultural differences within coming into Norway, as it originally is an English founded company. There should also be analysing purchasing habits of Norwegian people, how they operate, whether they spend more on something than something else, how often and how frequent people use the gym within Norway. Purchasing habits, so that's that. Hiring international teams as well, whether it's online or in person. If it's on the online forum or the application, maybe they have to analyse different time zones and working times for staff. They also have to analyse service and product value. So what can they do different? What USP could the company provide in order to compete well in the competitive market? And also, again, survey the area and competition nearby. So they don't really, as Fitness First as a company, they've got loads of competition, including the visual sort of aesthetic of the gyms. So they have to consider that. And then finally, a marketing strategy for the company. So a business's promise towards the customers, what they're going to provide for the customer, how will they benefit, how does the business benefit. Brand messaging and reputation as well, as Norway is very heavily influenced by the sort of appearance of their companies. The target customer demographics, so ranging about 18 to around early 30s is your sort of standardised person who will use the gym, the most popular age group. However, Fitness First, as well as many other fitness companies, they all range from different ages, from 16 upwards, so that's another thing Fitness First can consider. And analysing top Norway gyms, so the very best. Throughout the report there will be reviews and stuff on TripAdvisor and other varying websites in order to analyse the top Norway gyms. Thank you.
I'll now be discussing the comments and recommendations on my group partner's work. The things I found in his report that I could critique and change, I thought were not using Wikipedia as a source, as it's very unreliable and any normal person can go and edit the pages regarding specific information as they please. The title Fitness First should always be spelled using capital letters for the fitness and the first. Living Well Lady locations is not explained and the general reader will not understand this term. There's too much history on the company for a 1,000 word draft. It should be more focused on explaining what the company is, the market analysis and the entry strategy. An in-text citation for Helsinki Times is formatted incorrectly. I would also like to see a Norwegian source for the amount of Fitness First members instead of a Finnish source. The report doesn't explain what the detailed expansion will involve, and doesn't explain how Fitness First will compete with the already established competitors. The font size for market share is suspicious and looks like it could be copied and pasted. The structure could use some development, as well as what do the research stats mean for Fitness First, and what will they have to do and how will they use them. There are a good range of topics to talk about, but no evidence of how this will work in the Norwegian market. Analysing and rewording will play a crucial role in achieving higher grades. The entry strategy is defined, but doesn't discuss the Norwegian market at all. Marketing strategy, operation strategy, and human resource management are defined, but do not need to be included in the 1,000-word draft. The draft is about 100 words under the required amount, relating to the required topics.
So I've now got some comments, recommendations for critiquing my business partner's presentation and report. So the first recommendation would be less repetition of phrases or words, such as "my plan" was repeated a fair few times in a sentence at the start of the report or the draft. He had also stated he'd interviewed an employee within the company he was researching and phrased it as a friend, whereas a more formal language use for the report would be him interviewing an employee in which he shares a relation with or knows. Another critique would be he has provided personal ideas and reasons for expansion. However, there could be a more frequent use of more factual information in order to support this and support arguments. Tiny little spelling correction just for countries, as the country's self, the country's ownership of something, an apostrophe at the end of the S would be that, otherwise it would be countries as in a plural, countries. He could also describe some experiences within the company that he interviewed and researched within Montana, and state this within the full report. Stating how the company and employees can adapt to aspects such as varying language uses within the country as a whole, could be analysed and explained. Also, you could ask the question, why Switzerland, in a more detailed account. So why is the company overall beneficially going to expand into Switzerland, or why not Switzerland? So why not to expand into certain areas? Why not to consider something? Why to consider the other, etc.